Well, okay, this is part 3. I want to get into the stuff that totally separates everything that we're talking about. Okay, the word is aliens. They are real. They are here. What are they doing? They're not bringing us birthday cakes, and they're not helping us rise to ascension. So why are they here? Take that out of the picture. You tell me what they're here for. To help us build ships? Who are they helping build ships? You? Me? Who are they really taking to Mars, Venus? Alright, you can pull out every fact, every story, every person speaking out there about it. About going to Mars, about there's 56 races on Mars, that there's 2 races on... I'm sorry, that was... Okay, yeah, there was 56 races on Mars and 2 races on Venus. So what's going to happen? Why is everything the way it is? Because they don't care about us people. It's like a farm. And we've been farming for many races. And that's all we are. As long as we don't rise above it, they know that we're more spiritual if we want to be. And most people don't want to be. They want to be compassionate, controlled people living on planet Earth. If you think being a farmer forever is the ultimate desire and goal, fine, live on this planet. Reincarnate billions of times to grow plants, to eat, to go to the bathroom and then take a shower and live on this dirty planet. That we keep making it worse and worse and worse. Or take a step and say, well, look, I'm getting tired of the body, and the body's getting old. Let's not make the body stay around another 50 years, because you're going to see everybody else die around you. So what good would that be? So let's rise above it, get into the touch of what's really controlling our body, what we really are, and rise into that, and take it to another step. Get out of the physical realm, go into the astral plane, play there for a while, and then try to go beyond that. Your God, your guides, your deities, your angels will work with you if you're ready. Not to make you happy here, because that's not where you're going to be happy. And why do you keep dying? Because you keep realizing that this isn't where you want to be. You keep coming back because you're not smart or bright, or no, it's because you're not spiritually aware. And nobody's going around teaching that really. They're saying go into bliss, which is a state of stagnant place to be. Now, if you want to rise into spiritual awareness, you have to let go of the ideas of what's right, what's wrong, which is a good thing at a spiritual level, but not in a physical level, because there is a right and wrong in a physical level. Well, how can that be? Because the physical reality has a solid mass, where the spiritual body doesn't. Spirit can't be destroyed, can't be killed, can't be beat up. And the physical body can have all those things happen to it. So, let's get to rising out of the body, going past the astral world. Because once you step beyond the astral plane, where very few souls ever get to go, and I've been there, and I'm only saying that because of all my experiences, whether you believe that or not is not your choice, because, I mean, it is your choice, but you can't prove it. Only I can prove it to myself, and that's what you have to prove to yourself. But once you get out of the astral plane and go into the next world, you will start seeing beautiful worlds. And every level beyond that, all the things that you have imagined that make you believe that this world's heaven is nothing. Because there is no hate, no anger. None of those words exist. You don't have to talk. You don't have to speak. You can radiate and be everywhere, anywhere, do almost anything. So yeah, it changes greatly. But if you're holding on to a body and think you can reincarnate with families and friends and all that, you're going to stay here. Stay here with the souls that are in hell that don't want to get out. The whole idea was hell wasn't created somewhere else. It was created here. Alright, why would all races be coming here? Because why? People don't want to understand. The only thing, and I've been working on this in my mind lately, that the only thing that's important to all life form is eating. Why is that? If you, in your spirit body, you don't have to eat. You live on light. In your physical body, you have to have food. So I wouldn't call that housing, or whatever you want to call it, as a spiritual temple. Oh, this is my spiritual temple. You go to the bathroom every day. I think that's the most disgusting habit for anything. Soul doesn't do that, but we have to. You get dirty, you get filthy, you get smelly, you get all these ugly things. Does that sound like a beautiful body? I mean, if you were living on air, living in the light, not eating, you might find what a spiritual body really is. But your body can't survive for long periods of time. Yes, people have been able to do it for a few years. And a few years is okay, but in a spiritual reality, obviously there's no such thing as time. and it would be forever. So let's get back to the body. It's a temporary housing. It's like a wood shack. Why do you want to stay in there? Your teeth fall out, your hair falls out, you can't see, your body starts falling apart. Sure, work, exercise, pump your body every day, and just worry about pumping up the body to try to keep it healthy, because you can just go out there and get hit by a car. Well, stay at the health food store. Keep buying healthy food. Sooner or later, you're going to die. Whether it's going to be by food, air, toxins. We've got the government spraying the chemicals over us every single day. So how do you want to die? I just want to die knowing that I'm aware where I'm going when I die, not what I'm going to eat or how my body's going to be looking. People want to live for another 50 years. Why? Do you think people are going to be spiritual? If the world descended, or I would say the proper words is go into the golden age, and everybody was some kind of a compassionate being, it would be great. But that's not like too easy to happen, especially when you got 7 billion people. If we cut the population down to a very minimum, it would be a lot easier to create a society that's living in harmony. But in any society that has a physical body and a physical housing, if one person doesn't agree, what do? You outcast him. But what if he goes out there and builds an army and comes back and attacks you? That's what we're in. We're in that void. We're in hell because the battle goes on forever. There's no good guy and bad guy. It's just who's on top, who has money, who thinks they're better, who thinks they're right. Every country thinks they're the right country. They're the right people, the right religion. As soon as man realizes that God is a lot different than all of that, will they ever take that step and let go of the physical mind and body? Oh, going into bliss and vibrating and shining and pulsating in this current is great, but so what? Can you stay there for infinity? Is that what you want? To be a nobody and nothingness? Or do you want to be an active soul creating something? Alright, God doesn't grant things to people that are not aware or capable of dealing with why He grants it. Like I said, we would actually kill beings, certain people would try to attack God. Because they'd want to be that as soon as their power gets greater and greater. Power in that realm of or thinking or idea is always abusive. So until you become one with God, which means you work with God, you don't become God ever. And if anybody thinks that their ego is bigger than the world together, alright, we are separate individuals working to get to that level of being aware of what we are as a single soul. Science will never prove that, never be able to. They're going to get into all the nitty-gritty of how hell functions. And at the end of it, they're only going to know how hell is and what it is. And then they're going to realize that the higher dimensions are not where they can just send themselves because they want to. That's why there are other gods. Not the alien beings that brought us here, but the gods that control the lower realms. And you have to go past them to get into the next realm, and each realm that you go into the higher realms. There's so much to learn in very little time. Sure, you'd think after 100 lifetimes or even 25 lifetimes you would have learned a little bit more than you do right now. Sadly, people want this bliss wave to pour over the planet and put us in bliss land. And everybody's a compassionate, loving being. In a physical world, if everybody was a love, compassionate being, that means we have to live like everybody else, and we all have to agree on a specific thing no matter what it was. That would even mean like, well, can I get married 10 times, twice, once? Can I have 3 women in my bed? I mean, all those weird kind of things will all fit in, whether you're right or wrong. If you're a compassionate being, like, I mean, if you go back to the olden days, the world was created by adults having sex with children. Even after Sodom and Gomorrah, he had to have sex with his children to keep the race going. So when you talk about morals and then reality, this world is hell because we abuse everything to keep ourselves going. Rather than letting go, and I said it's better to die in what you believe in than in somebody else's, because that's the only truth that you take with you. Hopefully. If you take their truth, you reincarnate. It's very simple. Alright, I'll throw one more in after this, but please, you might say I'm an egotistical idiot, or crazy, because I saw aliens and all those things. I've been through it all my life, but luckily, I had all those experiences that makes one aware. 4 death experiences. 25 years leaving my body. Being visited by angels, or seeing a UFO from like 10 feet. Seeing an alien from 25 feet. Almost hundreds of ships in the past couple years alone. Never mind being involved with creatures in the vortex where I shot pictures for years and stuff. It's all real, but so what? Is it going to help mankind? No, it's not. We ripped the next time, next video. Part 4. Thank you.